Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, I want to indulge my Arc Raiders obsession a little bit. I've been playing a lot. The game came out, what, like 2 weeks ago? Almost exactly. And I've played like 100 hours. We've been putting in hours. We've been working hard. Um, and something, the way this game works, it's pretty popular, Arc Raiders. It's like an extraction shooter, if you've heard of those. The idea is you kind of like you're a guy in space, not space, maybe on Earth. You're probably on Earth. I don't know. I'm not really a story guy, but like you're in this like post-apocalyptic environment. There's like big robots jumping around on the surface and they try to kill you. And like you go into like 20-minute, 30-minute raids. And you're trying to like collect gear to get stronger so that you can kill the bad guys more easily, right? Hand wavy, you're up there. There's bad guys that are like NPCs, they're like robots, whatever. But also you're in a raid with a bunch of other players that have queued at the same time. The story is like literally on the screen. I can't read, man. I don't read. I'm not a story guy, right? I don't read. And so what you're doing is you go up in like 30-minute increments with trying to get better and better gear. Maybe you kill other players, take their gear, or maybe you just like open a locker and you look at what's in there. There's like so many items in this game. There's so many. And, eventually you're like using your items to like upgrade your crafting station so that you can make even better items. And so if you're like, I want to make this gun, there is a way to build that out of like 3 pieces, right? But those 3 pieces are like not necessarily pieces that you find a lot. There are maybe like things that you build out of other pieces. And some pieces, like maybe you need springs to build your mod components so that you can build your Venator 3 or whatever the fuck, right? In that scenario, you might not have any springs, but you might have something that you can like take apart and turn into springs. When you're like out and about, you like find items in a locker, and you can do like what 3 things. You can take them and like take a backpack slot. You can salvage them, which is like turn them into something that they're made out of, so that you can maybe like stack them more efficiently with other stuff, right? So you might take some like metal that you got off one of the robots, and you might like salvage it into metal parts, which are like less valuable, but you can carry more of them, right? You might want to hold it because you want to use it. You might want to hold it because you want to use it as a crafting component for something else. Or you might want to bring it back so you can recycle it, which is like salvaging, but like better, right? It's like a better version of salvaging, right? So maybe if I'm like at the locker on the surface, I salvage this thing into 2 pieces of metal, but if I bring it back and I recycle it at home, then I can salvage it into like 2 metal and a spring, right? Or something like that, right? And so what happens is there's this like large tree of things, and if I'm like up on the top, I'm trying to make this gun. Um, I want to know quickly, like if I find something, is that part of what I want to build? And if so, should I be salvaging it? Should I be recycling it? Like what should I fucking do? Right? And so I'm thinking, right, maybe I have like, 4 things that I'm trying to craft a lot of, right? I know that I want these things, and I want to mark them all somehow in some web page. Then maybe we know that these are, all of these things are built up of these components, so like, there's like 3 things that build into this, and 4 things that build into this or something, right? And from here, we can kind of say, well, we also know that if we find all this other set of items over here, these will disassemble into these. And so if I find like one of the guys that's in this box, I should like right click salvage it, maybe. And then maybe we should have some way to automatically check like the difference between salvaging and recycling, right? Maybe sometimes I don't, if I salvage, it might turn into something, I might lose some parts, but maybe they're like so abundant that I don't care about them, right? So I want to build some sort of visualizer that lets me mark things I care about and visualize like the tree of how I get the items to make that thing. Essentially. I don't really know what that's going to look like yet. I'm kind of just like spitballing. But I feel like if we try to build something, it will become apparent what works and what doesn't. I'm imagining that this is going to turn into some form of tree structure, right? I don't really know. Maybe it's like something like you have, a list of items somewhere, right? Like a grid of all of the items in the game, and you like check mark which ones you're trying to build. These get onto like some other page. And I'm imagining some form of like tree. I don't really know how, but like, you're looking at this item and you can see that this comes from this this and this, and then you could maybe see some sort of like salvage path, right? So for each of these items, you can kind of see, you know, recycles from this thing versus salvages from this thing, maybe with like quantities. Not sure, not sure. But we can just start building something and see what feels okay. I was looking up just like Arc Raiders data dump, which tells you how to you know, well, last time I was getting like walkthroughs on something related to data in the game, but if I just throw like GitHub on here, there's somebody who is maintaining a repo of a bunch of JSON blobs that match kind of attributes of things in the game. And I believe these are user generated, not necessarily like data mined. I was briefly looked into data mining this stuff, but it looked like at the very least I couldn't just open the simple tool I downloaded on Linux and like check. I'm sure it's possible to like extract data from Unreal Engine games, but I don't really care that much. This data is probably good enough. I quickly checked and I was like, okay, people are like contributing to this thing, right? So, you know, this is getting updated. And if I glance at, you know, items in here and I look at maybe Bettina 4, which is like a green pistol, I can see that they have, wait, uh-oh. I thought when I looked earlier, I saw something about like salvages into and recycles, but maybe this is incomplete, which would make this a lot harder. But maybe we just contribute data as we need. Because I think I looked at maybe, what did I look at earlier? I looked at maybe compensator. Maybe I clicked on this. Okay, there's recycles into here. I also saw some things have salvages into. So maybe like, can I look at like remote control? Does this have, yeah, this has into salvages into sensors, recycles into plastic parts and sensors. So it seems incomplete, maybe. But this is like a good place to start. And then maybe we'll find some other data backend later. Something more complete if we need to. But for now, let's just start with this. Try to build something and see what happens. The other piece to this is back in the day, when we were working on our food truck app, we wrote this like, we called it WASM side rendering framework, so that I could write my front end code in Zig. So in Happy Hour, we just pulled that out into a library, and I would like to try using that again, because I hate writing JavaScript, right? I hate it. I don't want it. And so yeah, I think that's all the context we need. Let's get moving and grooving. Let's just see if we can make something interesting. So let's do some project setup. And maybe a good initial target would be like item list. Let's just start there. If we can get an item list, we are so fucking chilling. So Arc Raiders helper. Let's do let's pull in WSR, our WASM side renderer, and let's make an initial, you know, somewhere to put some HTML. We probably want to be in some sort of Zig environment. We probably want to copy paste the example from WSR. So we can just kind of do this, actually. Let's just do this. Zig example. Let's just copy paste all of this. We change our build Zig to say this is a Arc Raiders crafting tool or something. I don't know, man. I haven't figured this out yet. And he's gonna get mad at us because we need a new fingerprint. So he's like, fucking put this value in there. We're like, okay, if you say so. Okay. Okay. I think it's WSR Zig is where this is supposed to come from. Cool. And so now I think if we are in this example somewhere, We should be able to start a little Python server in this HTML root. He's a little mad. We need to relink this guy here. And let's run our little Python server and see if everything's working. Looks like it. Okay. So now I guess what we want to do is we also want to add that like data dump as a submodule. I guess. I don't know, man. I guess maybe within the HTML root. Maybe. Give him a sec. He's thinking. He's got to work hard here. He's still thinking. He's still thinking. And let's see if we want to enumerate all of the items. Is that a thing we can easily do? Right? Is there some sort of like root folder here that will tell me all the items? There's this items folder. This is images. Is there like something that like ties all these together? Or do I need to quickly build a list of these things myself? Right? Because it's not like we can get a directory easily. Right? Relying on a third-party dev for data. I miss the ultra. Yeah, I mean, I've always been against typing in words to the data. You know, I don't like typing. Okay, so this looks like just like a list of items, which means that like nothing in here really indicates to me that they just have like an overall item list. Why can't we traverse a directory? I don't think we can do that from the client, right? We can do that from like if we're running our own server. But if I just want it to like, it's not like you can be like HTTP walk this dir, right? I don't think that's a thing that exists. Maybe there is, but I don't think so. So I think that the easiest thing to do is make our own little. Oops, I actually wanted this to be in the HTML root. HTML index. Isn't that what I'm saying? Maybe I'm confused. I'm like, that's what the Python HTTPS serve does. But if I want it like programmatically, right? That default Python HTTP serve is going to give me an HTML page that has links to all of the directories, and then you have to parse that HTML. I want just like a list of all the items, right? Am I crazy? I don't think that's crazy. Oh, I shouldn't have done that way. It was, but whatever. Oopies, we gotta clone it again because I was stupid. Is for me your full-time job? By some metric, yeah. By some metric, for sure. I think I'm imagining a different architecture. Yeah, I think if you're imagining that like we have like a server, I'm trying to do this like with no real server. I think I'm trying to do it all front end, which means that we like I just want to pre-parse this stuff. It's fine. Can we do something like find arc raiders data items? Give me all of these guys, and then can we do some sort of like awk thing that prints trades JSON? I mean, trades JSON is a list of things that you can buy, if I understood that correctly, but I might not have. Is this how you do awk? Maybe it's just this. Yeah, it is. Okay. I want to like split on slashes and print the second thing, third thing. How do you fucking do this? And then how do you like, can I also field on like a dot? Awk split multiple. There's, I mean, I could just do it again. Is that what I'm supposed to do here? I guess we can also, everything is .json. So we can just like, head dash n, like, what is it, like -5? Or how do you do like split off everything but the last few? Is that something I can do? Is that something I can do? Tail? I want like the opposite of tail, no? Tail will give me the last 5 bytes. I want like the first, give me everything but the last 4. I guess we'll just do this because I don't remember. Tail dash n plus. Thank you. Tail. That's what I was looking for. Hmm. Hmm. I don't remember. I don't remember. -5. Hmm. We're just gonna do it this way. We're just gonna do this like this way. This is easier. There we go. Just use JQ. I don't look. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Items JSON. Then what I want to do here, I want to shove a quote on here. I want to shove a quote comma on here. I want to put these like this. And I want to delete this trailing comma. There we go. This is all I wanted. This is all I wanted. Items.json. Okay. So now I want to do something like on load, I want to get I want to do wstar get items JSON, and then when we get that thing on item list, and we'll call into some fucking Zig code who will do something with that list. I don't really remember. I'll be clear. This Zig WASM HTML injection stuff, I don't really remember how good it is, right? So, you know, maybe this is going to be silly, maybe it's not, but it's worth a shot. I want to see how it works. So in here, I think we have some way to like just get the stuff. So can we first, just temporarily, like, what does this look like? What does this look like? Okay, so we do have this buffer printed, and so we should be able to like JSON parse this thing, which I think last time we wrote our own JSON parser to like limit like code bloat size, but I'm just not gonna do that right now. So here we're gonna have like an item list. Here is a list of strings. So no param processing, WSR handling, temp mem zone. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that, yeah, I don't think that we ever do any parameter passing for any of these automatically, because I think that makes things a little bit too complicated. It's easier to just be like, okay, there's an input buffer, I'll parse it myself on Zig's side. You know? Okay, so let's do something like std JSON parse from slice with this input buffer. Have you entertained the idea of writing this as a terminal app? Nope. I haven't really thought about this much at all. We need some sort of allocator for this thing. So I think that we want to do something like to make an arena. Using like WASM allocator. We can kind of just do this. And then we can do like this. Okay. This is the string, and our parse options are I don't give a fuck. And then can we do like, you know, const items is this thing. For each item, can we print the item directly as its own thing? Let's see if this looks sane. He's mad because probably need to write try here, which means that we need on item lists to be failable, right? So we probably want to do something like on light item list failable. And if we catch, can we just like fucking get mad, like real mad? For now, I'm sure there's a better way to handle this, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so we do get individual prints of all of our items, which is nice for us. Then, what do we want to do? We want to like inject into the HTML. We want to inject whatever we see here. So I guess we're gonna have like, stood IO writer allocating, probably. And we probably want to pre-alloc some size here. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just allow it to over-allocate a little bit. And for each of these, we're going to be like, right, I guess we have, I guess it's going to be like output HTML or something, and we're going to be like output HTML writer or something. I don't know. And for each of these things, we're going to try to, I guess for now, just like inject like an HTML, like a image of this item, maybe. So I think, oh, well, first we need to make a div for each element. Let's start there. Right, so let's just put the item name in here, which should probably be escaped, but whatever. You know, you can't fucking make me. Fine. And right now, this is our HTML escape. But eventually we're gonna have to do something like that. And then at the end of this, we just say set self property to whatever we have in here. Written here. And we're gonna put that in inner HTML. Let's see how that goes. He's mad because this guy needs an allocator like this. This guy's mad because this guy needs to be failable. And now, boom. There we go. Okay, so now I guess what we want to do is we want to trigger some action for each of these, right? So I think we can just say like, yo, could you fucking fetch from arc raiders data items named JSON. I don't know if I'm supposed to HTML escape this. Probably, right? I don't really know how like URLs work, but maybe. I'm like not 100% sure, so I'm gonna say URL escape is just a slightly different thing that is the same for now. Because I'm not 100% sure that these are the same. Okay, so what I'm hoping to see here is if I build this thing and run it, I'm hoping to see a bunch of network requests for each of the items, which I'm not seeing. There's an unimplemented somewhere here, which is interesting. Oh, I see. So what we do is we're watching for as new nodes get added, we're like looking for new attributes. And in our WSR framework, we don't handle if we see new WSR gets. Which is fine. We can just like take a look at what that's supposed to be doing. So how does this usually work? it's probably going to be very similar to this bind WSR on window event, right? So he's going to, well, what happens on like on initial? If we see a WSR get initially, we do what? We get the URL and then we just do this. So is it not just this straightforward? If we see a new WSR get, do we not just look at the URL and then say call this thing when you're chill? That seems kind of reasonable to me. Okay, so good news. We did get all of these JSON blobs now, but then probably he's mad because I don't have call attributes associated with them. So here I just need to say, okay, get this thing, and when you get it, call, like, what? It's like on item retrieved or something. Right? Simple. Which means that we need some sort of on item retrieved. So on item retrieved, boom, and on item retrieved failable, surely. Probably it's something like this. I don't know. Escaping HTML and URLs are different. E.g., you don't need to escape a space in HTML, but you need to convert it to a % to an URL. That's what I figured. Figured it was like slightly different. I just don't remember. Why do you append to HTML and then go back to WSR realm again? Can't you do that in one go? I don't think. I mean, that's a good question. I don't think we have an easy like. Oh, we do have request fetch. So we could have done it this way, where we ask this thing to fetch something, but then I think in my brain the reason that I wanted to go back to HTML end is because each WSR function is called in the context of which div it was attached to. So I'm like injecting a bunch of divs here and then saying, yo, like populate this div with this stuff is kind of what I was imagining. But there's probably a way to do it if I like append. I'm not like 100% sure. I think this is still easier, but we do have a way to like directly fetch data. But it's like asynchronous, right? So each fetch would result in a callback, where that callback would have to create a new div and append to the root node, which I think is doable. But this is easier in my brain, so I'm gonna do it this way. But I think you could do it the other way as well, like you're suggesting, and I don't think that would be necessarily wrong. Okay, so when I get this thing, we are going to parse the item. So can we look at like, I don't know, just like any of these? Image file name. I don't like that these are CDN relative. I would like to just pull them from the ones I have checked out. But I guess we just do a little manipulation. So we could do something like, in here, let's just copy paste this for a second, and we'll say, I don't know, const leading string, right? And then can we do like replace, this is like image leading string, replace image, replace string is going to be arc, I don't know, man, images in here, items, I think it's just like this. Okay. Then, so for each of these guys, we're just gonna be like, I don't know. Make some arena, get some output, parse the item, as a item. Bing, bang, boom. And then we are going to uh, set our inner HTML to be something. I don't know, man. Image. Source is equal to. I don't know. Let's just do. We'll use their CDN for a second. Just to see. I assume that this is like this. Self-close, I assume. I don't actually fucking know this language at all. But we'll see. Sure. Let's just see what happens. Index out of bounds. Interesting. Interesting. So he doesn't like... Did I... Okay, well... call on response. What is he mad about? What is he mad about? Oh no, wait, we're seeing on item retrieved, unreachable, executed. Wait, let's just start there. So this guy is... Oh, I remember having to do some shit for some backtracing. I think I patched Zig for this. Because I wanted to, like... I seem to remember doing some sort of capture track backtrace, print captured backtrace. Yeah, I definitely patched Zig for this. Can you not just create the HTML markup in Zig, or do you need to do it via JS? I don't know what you're asking. Is doing this the enlightened way? I don't know. It's just the way that I wanted to try. Who knows if this is reasonable or not? This is just what I'm doing. You know? Okay. So a lot of unreachable executed. I guess we could try to print Y. Failed this reason. We try this. Unknown field. I see. Oh, because here we need to specify ignore unknown field is true. So true. There we go. So that's promising. We do have a bunch of images of items now. And in here we have a div of this thing, and then inside an image of this thing. Cool. Cool. That's not crazy. Now, there are a bunch of errors in here. So some guys, in some cases, this file name does not exist. Which is interesting. So can we do something like this? Maybe we start with this thing as null, and then we say, you know, if item image file name, this becomes kind of more like this, where we have image file name. This is like we were taking the file name from image item image leading string len onwards, and I guess we're putting in item image replace string here. Okay, I don't know. We're spitballing, feeling it out, seeing what happens, and then if this does not exist, we say missing item, missing image for this item. I think is probably the play. Do we know? Get self attribute. I guess like when we make these things, can we say like item name is, you know, this, just so that we can kind of like pull it out later? You know, something like this? I think this is how we architected this before. Okay, this doesn't exist, which is interesting. All of these things do not exist. Oops. But it does look like the missing logs were working, right? Missing item for buried city hospital key. Okay. Cool. Okay, so what's going on here? Looting MK1, camera lens, trailblazer, blah 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 blah. LS, HTML root, arc writers data, images, items, camera lens PNG. Maybe this is a double slash. Could be the double slash. Maybe Python server's too fucking dumb for that. Am I stupid? Can I copy paste this, please? Holy shit, dude. Arc HTML root. Oh, oops, it's the leading HTML root. I'm a dumbass. It's like this. Oops, I didn't build. There we go. Beautiful. Now, a lot of these images are also missing, which is interesting. Yeah, we're missing a bunch of these. Okay. Interesting. Do they exist on the CDN though? Like if I go back to the original, if I don't do any replacing, do they have that shit? Ugh. Oh wait, no, maybe. I mean, they have more, right? So the arc power cell does seem to exist here, but not in the repo. So, not sure what to make of that. Not sure what to make of that, but we'll live for now. We'll just say if that thing doesn't exist, we'll give him like a placeholder thing or something. I don't know. Okay, so I think we have an item list. Let's do some styling. So each of these guys, I guess, I don't know. I don't fucking know how to. Oops, it's HTML root, index CSS. Can we do something like if we have the class of? Will you deploy this on GitHub Pages after since it's a client-only kind of tool? Maybe. I didn't really consider it, but maybe. I guess each of these things is going to be some sort of like image card, right? Probably. And if we have each image card is gonna, I don't know. I guess we probably are also gonna have like images or like, it's not image cards, item card. And this is all gonna be in like items probably, right? I don't fucking know. And in items, we're gonna have like display flex probably. And then item card, we're gonna have to do something. I don't know what yet. What is this? Like style? Import CSS HTML. I don't fucking remember. I don't fucking remember. Link, yeah, of course. Of course it's not style. It's link. Rel is style sheet. Of course. Of course. What else would it be? Href is index CSS. Okay. And then is it self-closing? Okay. And then on each of these guys, we're like, please give him, all of this stuff now needs to live in, you know, items like this. So this WSR shit is going to be attached to this. And then each of these, I guess we can kind of assume that items followed by div is an item card. So we don't really have to like specify any class manually, I don't think. Maybe that's stupid, but you can't fucking stop me. Okay. So here we have each div followed by an image. Holy shit, that took a long time for all of these to load. That's quite concerning. But maybe we figure that out later. I'm not worried about it yet. So then the other thing here is we need to like detect somehow, I guess, that these things failed. So there's missing images, but there's also like on item retrieve failure, right? Which I don't know if that like exists. Right? We have like call on response. Do we have like some way? Is there like on failure here? I guess what we do is we inject the failure case immediately, and then only if it succeeds do we replace it. I think that's the play. That's the easier way to handle this right now. So here's just like each item. We... Oh no, because we don't know. That's interesting. Because like this is just like an image. So if the image load fails, I don't know what to do about that. What to do when image is not present. I don't know if you can do like CSS magic for if an image is loaded or not. Just at alt tag. I don't know what that means. I don't know HTML. Right? There's probably some way to like, you know, like show placeholder while image is loading. Surely that's a thing we can do, right? Surely that's a thing you can do. Stick it within a div. And then you just shove a fucking background image on it. Yeah, I guess. Sure. It's like doable. It's doable. So in our case, we probably actually just want the name directly in there behind. Yeah, so you want to do something like this guy, like in here. Can we just like, am I allowed to, can I, like just stick another div next to it or something? On error equals this on error. Oh, okay. You can do, I see. You can do some sort of like on error thing. I see. I guess we'll just deal with this later. We'll deal with this later. let's get like these things kind of. Dude, why does this take so fucking long? What is happening here? Oh, is it because the cache was disabled? Yeah, I see. I see. I am okay with caching the images, but then I guess fucking if I make changes to this, does it get like fucked? Mamma mia. Like, do I see? Okay. It looks like the WASM gets reloaded, so I think we're chilling. I think we are chilling. Okay. We'll do that for now. Okay, so we want each of these guys. These are all within the items list. So why does it not look like they're flexing? You know what I mean? Why does it not look like that? Invalid, is it? Oh my god. Ah. Oopsies. Semicolon. Then shouldn't they be like wrapping? Like, hello? Do I need to set like the width on this thing? Is that how this works? No? Flexbox not wrapping. Like flex wrap, maybe? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Wrap. There we go. There we go. Boom. Let's go! Now each of these items, we probably want to have like a defined width. Perfect. Then can we do like items, div, image? Can we just do something like width 100%, height 100% or something? Maybe the height is automatic. And then we can kind of like up this. Oh, I guess I'm zoomed the fuck out. I forgot. Zoom back in. Okay, that's closer. That looks closer. Let's do this for a second. You can do size on image adder. Helps with browser running. Okay. We have a grid of images. So I guess probably here we want to like overlay a checkbox on these things. Maybe. Right? So these are like, which items are we tracking? And then we need to figure out how to like fucking put placeholders behind this, but we'll deal with that later. I will deal with that later because I don't know what I want to do there. Dude, that is not the picture for anything I've seen in the game. That's so funny. I guess it's not unlikely that our data sources eventually change. I guess at the very least, these guys want titles underneath them, right? Surely. Surely they want titles underneath. Because even with the pictures, sometimes it's hard to fucking tell. So can we do, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Maybe the title comes first? I don't know, man. And then here, it's like, we do this. All right. I see. We need to duplicate this stuff if we want it. Maybe we do this to make it copy what it needs to copy. There we go. It's a little closer. Probably we want like a more human readable name, right? So This is in here somewhere. Name Ian. Translation. Ian like this. Then this is name is a translation. Start here and see what happens. And then here, we don't want to use the item name here. We want to use item translation. I guess kind of unconditionally, we probably want that. I don't know. Something like this. We're really just flying by the seat of our pants here. So every div gets the item name, then the source. What's he pissed about now? Oh, too many things here, probably. Invalid format string here. Oh. Can I just not make this nullable? Just make the English translation always exist, please. All right. There we go. That is a little better. We probably want like spacing between these elements. This looks like shit. Margin left 5 pixels. Margin right 5 pixels. Sure. We can make that work for now. Sure, I don't give a fuck, dude. Whatever. Okay. Now what? Now what? I just want like a checkbox somewhere. I don't know where yet. I'm just gonna put it underneath for now and deal with it fucking later. Or on top. Where are my inputs? Sir, I'd like my input. Maybe it's invalid? Maybe it's invalid? Input, checkbox, HTML. Maybe it's like this? There we go. Here are my checkbox, baby. Okay. So then when I click on these need to get like registered somewhere. Which is not something that we've had to do before in this like WASM side renderer thing. Right, like I guess like the right answer is kind of that these get stashed in local storage or tab storage or something. But I don't really know the right answer there. So for now, do we just store it in like global page state? Sure. But it's like this wants to get stored in a way where like how this is in my brain is that we have like one page for item selection and then another page for like visualizing the trees for the things that we've selected, right? So how the fuck do you do that? Browser, client side, site wide store. This is like a question for the idiot, right? We're so lost that like AI will actually help us here. What do I do if I want browser storage for site wide data between URLs? He's gonna say like local storage, I think. Yeah, okay, so we have local storage shit. So I guess if we want to like access local storage from Zigland, we need to like expose this somehow. Could have it as URL params. That's kind of nice because you could share the URLs that way. So you just like shove like a base 64 encoded blob at the end of the URL everywhere. Hey, I just said that. Yeah. I did. Yeah, I saw it the first time, but I had to see it twice, um, for it to like for me to agree. Yeah. So what do you do? Uh. By the way, now your vibe coders use AI. No, bad. No. Sometimes I hear people using, appending state to URLs. Is there like what's a common scheme here? I assume like people do like JSON encoded like base 64 encoded blobs. I assume. Yeah, I guess people do this as well. I guess I have seen this. I've also seen this. Yeah. Okay. So you do like query parameters. Um sure. So if I'm to like do, is this something that we can access right now? If I go like, if I do this, can I pull that query parameter out somehow? WSR zig. Do we have, I think we have like get window attributes. No. So we don't have like, we have navigate to, we have request fetch, get target property, get event property. I don't remember what the difference between target, what a target is versus self. Oh, here. Yeah, what does that do? Um. Uh. Oh, I see. There's target nodes. Oh, this is for events. So events have a target node, and so that's why we have target things. Because sometimes we attach these things to events, not to HTML nodes. Sure, which is not the case here. I guess we do have to attach something somewhere. I like the base 64 encoded state, feels very WSR. Generic query parameters is probably more useful and more boring. Yeah. At the very least, we need some way to extract state from this thing. Like, we need to be able to get the page URL in WASM land somehow. Which I thought I saw, like window on window event, bind on window event. Interesting. I see. So this was for like this was for us to restore state, I think, on like window. There's like some sort of like back event that the window emits. That's what it's for. But we don't have any way to like get like root window attributes like the URL. So we're just gonna have to add that. Which I think is fine. We just have like in here get window property or something, right? How do you get the URL? Window URL. Window JavaScript get URL. Window location. That sounds right. You're gonna regret stuffing into the URL. Maybe. Maybe. That looks alright. And then what? I just like scan for a question mark and then figure it after. Sure. Sure. We can try that for now. And then this is a property. So this is like get window property. We turn this into a string, and then we just get this from like window prop, right? Sure. Then in Wasmland, I want to see something where we get. Oh, we need to bind this in the zig bindings as well. So this guy needs get window property, which is similar to this. Okay, which means that now we can call get window property and we can ask for the location, and this will give us, you know, this thing. Let's just make sure that this is right. Yeah, okay, that's looking good. Looking good. So now we can try to like extract state from this thing if we want. Probably add a binding to the URL search params instead. Yeah, but I mean that's just like less generic. I want the API surface of WSR to be like really slim. So the idea of just like fucking parsing a query parameter itself is not that hard. I'm like not really against it. Because otherwise, like, you need to like expose like the whole tree of everything. Right now, the idea of just getting like properties and attributes from things is like enough to do almost everything. And so I like the idea of keeping the surface area of this library like quite small. You know what I mean? You can also do location.path name. Yeah, I think it's just too complicated to walk the tree. I think I'm happier just parsing it ourselves. I think I'm happier doing that. Okay. So can we do something like get state here? I don't know. How does this work? Is there some sort of like global base64 decoder? Or do I construct a base64 decoder and then figure it out after? Here we go. This is what I'm looking for, right? Where does this live? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So we have like URL safe base64 encoder. What is this, JavaScript? Kinda. Kinda. Do something like this. Okay. So then this thing needs to go into a destination. So there's probably some sort of like calc size for slice or something. Sure. This is for some sort of length. So I guess first we like get window property of location. And then we extract state. So this is gonna be like what we do font character like search index of scalar where we look for a question mark from this thing, right? I guess we could even just look for maybe state equals, right? And then we assume for now that this just goes to the end. Where do you get external packages for your Zig projects and how does it work? I don't really, so who knows? But like there's like a build zig zon file that you can specify dependencies into and you can like link GitHub repos or whatever. Plus, I guess like state key is like this, right? And then here it's like state key and this and then we have state is going to be the location from state start onwards. We don't give a fuck if people are trying to shove other shit in there. This is our website with our URL. We can do whatever we want, like WSRlib. Yeah, so I get submodule mine and just like put dependencies as paths, but I think the normal thing to do is to use like GitHub URLs. And then in like your build zigs on, you can put like URL in here and it will just like automatically fetch it for you. But I remember it having trouble with like some TLS websites, so I just get submodule stuff. Okay. Oh man. What am I doing here? We're allocating some space to return this thing. And then we're decoding into this thing. Probably something like this. And then this guy returns a slice. How do we get the length of this thing? Deskland must be what you get from calc size. Then why is there calc size upper bound? What the fuck is the point? Is it at least? What the fuck? I'm confused about how I'm supposed to know how long the string is. Return the exact decoded size, maximum possible. Actual maybe less. But yeah, if decode doesn't tell me how long it was, then I guess I just always need this to be calc size direct. But then I don't really understand what the point is. You know? I don't really understand the point. But that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. Alright. Whoa, something is... You're not exactly using JS, you're bundling a library from Zig to Wasm. Yeah, so I don't like writing JavaScript. This is the only reason here. So we have written like a JavaScript library that exposes a very small surface area of stuff that automatically calls into Zig code based on attributes. Kind of similar to like HTMX style, but like for local WASM instead. And so I'm trying to use that as much as possible, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll turn into shit. Okay, so somewhere we should be able to call like get state. I guess this guy is probably also going to maybe we want to get this as state. Right, maybe. So state here, can we just say like hello world or something? And can we deserialize this from what we get from base64 land? Maybe. It's probably something we want to do. I don't know. We're really just like flying by the seat of our pants here. You want base64 in JavaScript? Yeah, it's okay. I don't. I think. I guess we probably need to like call set window property. If I set this like this, what the fuck happens? Like, does this? Oh fuck. Like, can I edit the URL without it actually redirecting me? You know what I mean? I don't really know if that's valid. It does redirect me if I do that. Can I JavaScript edit URL without redirecting. Um. Uh. You can use push state. Window history push state. Is that really what I need to do? I guess I just have to do it this way. I guess I don't really have a choice other because if I just try to set it directly, it will like fuck shit up. Oh, I can throw a hash on here. What does hash do? Yes, you can use the JS history API. Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid using JavaScript APIs if I can, because again, like piping those through to Zigline is a pain in the ass. So what happens if I do this? What the fuck is... Oh, okay, wait, that looks good. Can I do whatever the fuck I want in here? Maybe this is the trick. Instead of using query parameters, we shove our state in there. I feel like I've seen that before. Maybe this is like a mega hack. Because like if there's a header that matches that, it will jump around. It was a workaround for the history API. Let's fucking go. That's what I want, baby. That's what I want to do. So instead of querying based... Okay, so now if I do like window.location, what do I see? Oh, hell yeah. Then when I query it, it's still got this. Wait, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. I want this specific hack. I want to fuck my shit up. Okay, so instead of this, we're looking for this. Perfect. Perfect. So if I call like set state, we have state here. I don't know, man. Just don't put ID attributes in the same name and it won't jump. Yeah, perfect. And what are the chances? What are the chances? Why with shebang instead of just she? You know? There's probably a good reason, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna do it with she. Maybe because the bang is just like a little, like, the chances of our ID colliding here is really low type shit. Maybe. Okay, we'll just do it like this. This is fine. This will be fine. So we do, I guess we probably need an allocator here. And we're like stood JSON string to stringify. How the fuck does this work? New API, new problems. Here, value alloc, right? String. Encode JSON string. This feels like what I want. Shebang is objectively cooler. It was popular. That's all. Cool. Makes sense. Wait. Am I stupid? I don't want to write a string. I want to write a value. Ah, here we go. Wait, there we go. Value alloc is what I'm looking for. Here we go. We fucking got there. So we throw the state in here, and then options is I don't give a fuck. Serialized is this, and then we want to base64 encode this shit. So this is URL safe encoder. Why is this capitalized? It's confusing. And then I just fucking huck encode on this thing. Encode writer. Probably just encode. I don't know. I don't know. These APIs are confusing. Base 64 writer. I don't know, man. It looks like this is for old shit as well. So I think. Does this guy have write all? He does, so maybe it is fine. Encode writer, because he doesn't take an IO writer, which is making me concerned. But it also looks like the API is the same, so I think we're chilling. Okay, so we like take this thing and we just shove it in here, serialize like this. What is this thing fucking pissed about? Maybe because this thing has to be a pointer? Probably. It's probably like this. And then here we have the written shit, so we just say WSR set window property here. And I think for some fucking reason we have it backwards all the time. So I think here we want to start with a hash here. Yes. Serialized writer here. Boom. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So here, serialized writer. I don't know. Sure. So we start by write byte she, you know, little this guy. Then we write out the base 64 thing and we put that shit in location. And then we just need to add set window property. So we have value first, then attr. So we put value, pointer, and len here, and then we copy paste this from set target attribute. So this is now set window property. Bing, bang, boom. And then we need to make that in the JavaScript side. Set window property like this, which we're probably going to copy from set target attribute, which looks like this, I guess. Set window property. So we have the value, we have the property, and we set this on window. I think it's just like this. Prop equals value, I think. I think it's something like this. I think it's something like this. Have you tried Rust? I've written a lot of Rust. I'm like, it's okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of it anymore. You know, I kind of like the freedom that I get from using something a little bit more Zig-like. Okay, this might work. Can I somewhere, can we hook in? Can we just like set state here? Have you tried Jai? I have not. I have not. Not yet. Okay. Let's see what happens if we do this now. Okay, so this looks like a base 64 encoded string, which is good. And so then can we get state here? And this thing should return a state here like this. And so now we have, this is like serialized like this. And then we're trying to do JSON parse from slice leaky into state of serialized. Probably something like this. And like alloc always, probably, I think is the safest thing to do here. I don't know. I just want to see what happens. WSR print the state. Let's see it, baby. Okay, this is mad because this needs to come from the input buffer. I guess maybe like this is easier for how we've written this before. This is mad because this thing can fail if he doesn't find it. All right. Then here, this thing is mad because something has to type try. Who? Found this, expect that. I guess try here. Try here probably as well. Expected 3 arguments, found 2. Oh, because this is supposed to come from URL safe decoder. Decode. We're getting closer. Expected 4 arguments, found 3. Like this. We need an allocator in here, and then allocate equals always. Boom. Okay. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. We have our fucking state, baby. Let's fucking go. Okay, so now we should be able to kind of like use this on different pages, right? We should be able to like shove this state somewhere else when we're trying to build our tree of objects, right? So this page is going to be eventually like where we select our things. I guess you could do like single page app as well. We could do it that way if we wanted. But I'd rather not, I think. Okay. So this guy is going to turn into can we do something like make door source? This WSR test moves here into item list zig or something. WSR test is now item like source item list zig. This turns into item lists. And then our index HTML wants item list WASM. Cool. And then this stuff looks kind of like it's gonna get refactored because we're at a second page now. Sorry, I'm missing chat messages a little bit, but it's okay. I want to do this. Okay, build make page or something. Item list zig zig. 2 times the zig, 2 times the fun, baby. Okay, so name path like this. Bing bang boom. So name is free now. Path is from path. WASM target is going to be probably a stood build resolve target or something, and optimize WASM optimize is stood built-in optimize mode or something. Does this thing need anything else? WASM symbols is an optional bool. Cool. And now all of this is make page B item list source item list zig WASM target WASM optimize WASM symbols, and we do this a few times because now we have a second page to make, baby. We are missing WSR in here as well. So this is a stood build module or something. Bloop 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 bloop. A struct here would be nicer, but whatever. Fix me, struct me up, bam. Okay. So, crafting tree. Okay. Don't know what we're gonna do here yet. Pub export function hello. WSR is from WSR. WSR print hello. If you're not double zigging it, are you even running code? Yeah, dude, for real. Okay, that builds, which is huge for us. And so if we go into, I don't know, ret HTML root with, I don't know, craft tree HTML. I don't know, do people usually use dashes or underscores? I feel like underscores. Copy paste this. We're gonna be pulling from crafting tree maybe. Where the fuck am I? I think I spelled something wrong here. I wanted craft tree everywhere. Craft tree. And can we do WSR immediate equals hello just to see that everything is working? So this should be craft tree HTML or something. Did I spell this wrong? Craft underscore tree. Cool. No hello there though. Ah. Let's try that again. Hello. 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 Okay. Now what the fuck am I doing? This guy, I think that we want state associated with him. So I think that we need to move our state functions out into maybe like state zig. That's how it's feeling right now. I guess we did checkbox like a long time ago. Then at some point, like before now, we did state serialization, you know, or like state management. And now we're doing, you know, sometime around now, crafting page. Okay. Something like this. Okay, so we need to pull out the state shit. Okay. Const stood is stood. Boom. Append state with the URL to the other page. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, I think. Is we're gonna like preserve state as we jump between pages. I don't know how that's gonna happen yet, but something like that. So this guy wants this, and then he wants state.set state here, and state is, you know, that's a fucking name collision, but whatever for now. Bing, bang, boom, 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 boom. All right. Do you want to keep it in cookies session local storage or keep the URL as source of truth? I feel like the URL as source of truth is nice just because of the idea that you can like take a link and share it with someone and be like, here's the crafting tree that you want. You know, I kind of like that if it's easy. If it becomes a problem, we'll change our minds. But like that's how I'm thinking right now. I will say everything we do is very like feel it out and see what happens, right? I'm not really. Some people are very into like planning ahead of time. I don't know if you can tell, that's not me, right? Like, I've worked places where you have to write out like spec sheets of how you're going to implement something, and I don't know the answer until I've done it. So like what I would do in those situations is like just like prototype something, and once you've prototyped it, you have like a thing you can write up that you can like you know, have other people agree with. But if you write up before you do it, it's like, I don't know what's going on. I'd never have thought that you're like that. Yeah, yeah. So I'm of the opinion that code is very malleable. I'm good at typing. We're good at modifying code. So just feel it out. Okay. So this state, what he really wants is like tracked items, right? And this is going to be more like a list of U8. And every time we check something, I guess really this kind of compacts nicer if this is just like this directly. Right? We can always adjust later, but for now, maybe we just track a list of strings. And we probably want, I guess this is more like inject tracked items into state. Track tracked items. Track the tracked items is what we're really doing. So this guy, he wants to basically every time in the main page, in the item list, we kind of want this checkbox to have like an on event thing. Is it on event dash click? I can't remember. Maybe it's a WSR on event equals clicked. That feels right. Right, then we call on item clicked. I think that's how we do this. Let's just kind of see. On item clicked. WSR print clicky time for me now. What's he mad about? Ampersand here. Cool. Okay, can we go back to the main section here? Whoa, what's he pissed about? Item list.wasm, did I fucking spells wrong? Buildzig. Oh, probably our hyperlink is wrong now. Item list goes here, refresh, there we go. So there's lots of fucking stuff happening right now. I click here, and I want to see clicky time for me now. Which I don't see. Not happy about that. Can we inspect this thing? So he does have WSR on event clicked, WSR call on item clicked, which means that this is probably not how we do this. On event. Get attribute. Yeah, I mean, it is supposed to be like this, right? So get elm get attribute, WSR on event. Okay, and then does this happen? Maybe we're not like tracking this correctly in mutation observer. Bind WSR event. That's kind of funny. I don't know what the fuck this is. Is that a glass of Guinness he's it from? No. This is coffee. This is coffee in a beer mug. Yeah, this should work. Console log event. Event. I just want to see what this gives me. Event clicked. Okay, so he is finding it. But then when the thing happens, it's not happening, right? So event goes to call WASM target. Let's see if this is working correctly. Yeah, so he is supposed to go to on item clicked. It is resolving that, right? On item clicked here. On item clicked. Did I not build? Huh. Maybe it's not on click. Like, am I stupid? Use in console. Hello? Oh, temp 0 on click equals. Is it like this in this language? It is like this. Oh, it's click, not clicked. Fuck. God damn it. Did I right click somewhere? I probably did, right? Every time, man. Okay. Clicky time for me now. It's clicky time for me now. And so here we want to extract from that thing, like, get self property or attribute? I don't remember. I don't remember. Surely it's a property. But what is the property? Checked. It's checked. It's checked. It's checked. It's checked. Check state. It's, I guess, like, I don't really know if there's like a string from bullshit thing. So I'm just gonna do this. True and false. And then can we do stud meta enum string to enum string bool? I guess it's kind of more like this. String to bool. Probably something like this. Probably this is failable because it might be invalid for some fucking reason. We do stud meta string to enum s, or else return error invalid, and then we return, string bool here b like this, and we return b is equal to true or something. Yay, clicky time, thank you. So here we get the check property, we call string to bool of this guy is checked here, right? And then we probably want to do something like, I think our state is getting a little bit more complex, actually. I think our state, we want this to be like a hash map almost. I feel like we want, how do I say this? This is like key value of item name, right? No, this is just a set of names. I think that's fine. That's fine. So here, I guess we say like if it's not checked, this is like, I guess if checked, this is add to current state, right? Else remove from current state. I know, which is crazy. Crazy. Don't I care about velocity values? No. I don't think so. I think that, like, I should be willing to be like, I'm expecting this to be like this, right? If I'm fucking querying the checked value, and it's like not what I expect, then like go fuck yourself, right? Like, we're in control of the website. We're not writing like a generic library. We're writing something that's like very specific, right? WSR, even though it is a library, is like a specific library for a specific use case. And so I think it's okay to just be like, fuck it, you know? We're not going to respect all of the JavaScript bullshit if we don't have to. So I think we probably do something like We could maintain a global state here. Like, state modifier, maybe? We could do that. State cache, maybe, is a better name for this, right? And in here, we could have, like, toState. Right? And this will be something that's, like, easily modifiable, I think. Right? So in here, maybe we hold, like, a stood auto string hash map of nothing. Right? And then we can kind of easily do, like, remove, which is like items remove s, easy. In reality, a hash map here is probably stupid, right? Because in reality, there's going to be like 5 items in here, but I also don't give a fuck. You can't make me give a fuck. Really, I mean, if we're using arenas everywhere, I guess we could have like here. He is kind of associated with some allocator. I think that actually makes more sense. So we kind of attach this to like the global WASM allocator all the time. That way, this thing is allowed to like add and remove stuff without it being a problem. The arenas are only for like individual calls, but if this is going to live for the lifetime of the page, we use like a proper WASM allocator for that. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Which is easy. Can we, like, how do we do this? Just like var global or something? I don't know. Yeah, sure. And then can we have like an init page maybe? That kind of initializes this thing? Maybe this actually lives out here. Maybe we have like a global struct here. That has state cache here. Yeah. This seems kind of reasonable. And then here we call like get state with our arena allocator. That seems reasonable. I don't know. We're really just feeling it out. And then on page init, we're like global. This thing is undefined. But then here, we're like global state cache is a state cache from state. Wow. Wow. Crazy. We're getting crazy. Why did that just happen? Shut the fuck up. Sure. I don't know. We need to build the string hash map. So we go like for s item items put item. Easy. And then I don't think we, god damn it, I fucking keep opening Zeal. I should unbind that hotkey. And then toState is like, why is items, he thinks it's a type. Something like this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Then toState is like, we have some iterator over items like this. And we go like, while we look at the next item, we have some entry. And we probably have some like output allocator. So we say like our output is, you know, however many of these things we need, which is, I don't know, self items count, surely, right? Yep. We're getting there. We're getting there. We took look at each of these things and we say like, can we do something like array lists of these init buffer from this? Cool. And then we could just kind of do like ret append bounded over and over again with a copy, probably. We have to be careful here. I think we need to copy these strings in, I think, because I think that the string that we have from the state cache is not owned by the global allocator. So can we fetch remove? Makes more sense here. And then it's like kv world return. We need to free this thing here. And then when we put it in, we're actually doing a duplication of this thing. Yep. Cloned. Okay. Cool. So that kind of makes this make sense. I do not, since this stuff is global, as long as we don't modify the state after we serialize, it's okay. So we don't have to dupe this here, I don't think. I think that we can just copy the key pointer kind of directly here. I think that'll be okay. This should always be okay. So if this is fails, it's like a big bug. Okay. That feels like kind of right. I don't know. Just fucking click stuff and see what happens. So when we init the page, we get the state, we init the state cache from this thing. I think we, on get state, we have to check if the state is null, then we should return early, I think. You know what I mean? So like if state len is equal to 0, I think we just return an empty list. Okay. Then we'll kind of cover this stuff eventually, but for now, let's just see how this works. Okay. Somebody's mad because init page can fail, so init page failable or a catch return or catch unreachable, I guess. Boom. This is failable now. And this thing can error. Now this is fine. Almost. This guy has to be like this. Probably this guy is mad that I didn't write tie here. Or use alloc here. What's he mad about now? Oh. We need to put in the empty thing for the set, because sets are just maps that map to nothing. This guy's mad because this can fail. Okay, and then in item list, wherever, like index HTML, we need to do like a little wsr immediate is init page here, I think. Then I think we can put a little log in here just to say or wsr print page initialized smile. Okay. Feels like it might work. I don't know, man. Page initialized smile. I did see it there real quick. We're spamming prints, but we do see this, which is good. So now we have this like global state cache that we can access. So whenever somebody clicky time for me nows, we can parse the check value, and if is checked, it's simple, right? We need to like, we say get self attribute, and we get the attribute of item ID or something, right? maybe like the dash. And here we say global state cache add item ID, right? And then here we remove, and this is not item ID, sorry, this is the input buffer. Okay, easy. And then we kind of just set this shit however we want, right? So here we go state set state from global state cache to state with our arena here. Right? It's like something like that. Something like this, which means we need an arena. Stood heap wasm. Boom, boom, boom. This feels kind of nice, right? That feels like it might do what I want. Okay. What's he pissed about? Oh. This thing can fail. Fine. Fine. If you're gonna be like that. Fine. Fine. We'll fucking call the failable function, you little jerk. You jerk face McJerkerson. Sorry, that's just, I should shut the fuck up sometimes. Okay. Right. Wait, no, I'm confused. Expected area unit type found void? Where? Oh, here. Expected 2 arguments on Alec here. Alright. What's going on here? This guy's pissed because we forgot to write items here. Boom. What's going on here? He's mad because some sort of like forgot to write try somewhere. I'm very offended that you were jerks. Sorry. Yeah. If there's anything that I know about you, Grey Hatter, it's that you would be offended by mild language. And you would never use it yourself. Okay. So I feel like now when we start hitting the check button, I feel like we should start seeing some shit happen. So I am seeing state change here, right? So I hit Trailblazer, I hit Arc Power Cell, I hit Syringe. I'm concerned that on the first check, I'm not seeing anything change. So yeah, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong. I can't really place it. I'm also not really sure. Okay, there, that added something. This one didn't, right? So, oh, I'm probably not putting the item name on here. I'm probably a fucking dumb idiot dummy. Probably when we are set, like we're relying on getting the item ID, but I think that we're not attaching the item ID to the checkbox. So I think we just need to do this. So it should be something like item ID or something, which means that the item needs an ID on this thing. Something like this. Okay. There we go. That looks more correct. And then when we, maybe, can I, if I refresh, ooh. Oh, I guess refresh is immediately modifying the state though, which is a little confusing. So let's, yeah, it's set state is happening on init now, which is bad now. Fuck this shit. And can we, instead of doing this, can we on init, Or maybe we'll do this on init, on item list. Can we call get state and log it or something? I just want to see what happens. We also need to set the initial checkmark property. We need to set this checked. Based on current page state. Right? So we'll get there. Okay, let's just see kind of what happens here though. So if I call get state here, maybe we do it on init. Fuck it. Which we do, right? We do get init here. So I don't think we need to modify page state at all here. Okay, let's just do it like this. We'll say, let's just fix the check state here. Why is there a comma here? What the fuck are we doing with our lives? Okay, checked. Is it checked or checked as the attribute? HTML bool, it's checked past tense. HTML bool of, I don't know, global state cache, get. Can we check like ID tracked? Something like this. And then can we do like I don't know, HTML bool checked. And then we can do like HTML bool return, like if B return true, else return false. Boom. Something like this. Okay, and then we just need ID tracked. So ID tracked is like this, and it's like return self items. What, like contains ID. Boom, 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 ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. All right, does that work? No. Oh, you're saying it's more like this. You're saying checked no value. You're just saying like the by. Oh, I see. So it's like you're saying it's like this. More like this. HTML checked attribute. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's not. You can do it without the equals. You can just do like this. All right. All right. You can tell I'm getting like more and more out of it. Okay, so bad news bears. I'm not really seeing this state get applied, but also we're seeing unreachable executed, which seems bad. So this is probably in the check handler. So can we go? It's probably in here. We're probably doing something fucking dumb, stupid, dumb, idiot, dumb. Give him a sec. He's thinking hard. What is happening here? He's going crazy. Okay. On item clicked, runtime error, unreachable. Am I stupid? Maybe there's another unreachable? Can we do like if error return trace T? I think that the error return trace doesn't exist in WASMland. I think this is what we ran into before. But I don't really remember. Hello? Wait, is this just fine now? Oh, here. Unreachable executed. Why don't I see a log? Am I fucking crazy? Like, this should happen at least, right? Okay, we should stop spamming. I want to remove some other prints. Because it's annoying. Event. I think we had some in WSR as well. So can we remove some of this spam as well? Hello? Disable cache or something? Okay, unexpected token all over the place. Which is interesting. But I don't think that's the problem here. Yeah, it seems unclear to me. Seems unclear to me. Oh, this looks wrong. Item ID is equal to Vita. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Item ID. Oh. This is just all in the wrong fucking order. That would do it. All right. So now we have item ID, light gun parts, type checkbox, WSR on click, and then when I click this, we see state changing, but I don't think we see state getting resolved correctly. Which is interesting. Can we, on page init, go like var iterator, can we just go like for s item checked like this? Like, is the state getting applied correctly? Somewhat. Let's kind of nuke this state completely. And then check something and see what happens. Okay, check this. Refresh. Oh, interesting. Wait. Okay, now that did something. Refresh. We do see damage arc power cell can get in there sometimes. But now the checked is wrong. Which you guys are saying I should check again, which is reasonable. Okay. If this return checked, else return empty. That seems reasonable. So then this guy should be here. Can we do like this? If checked, WSR print setting this as checked. Let's start here. Let's try that. Okay. Well, let's also check the name. If item stood mem equal item ID, what is it? It's like arc something power cell. Damaged arc power cell. Can we just do this? Let's see this. Setting damage arc power cell is false. So that's interesting because it says it's checked, right? So that makes me think that this is fucked. For some reason. That's interesting. Is there a race here? Does WSR immediate not necessarily run before the getters? I would think it would have to, but maybe. We could do this. Let's just see for a second. Setting damage arc power cell is false. All right, so it seems like he's not crashing because the thing is not initialized yet. Is check supposed to be a bool? I mean, it doesn't really matter because our state cache is incorrect somehow, right? So here we're going from state. Is this broken? Oh yeah, this would do it. Yeah. This would do it. We are not cloning the thing that we're supposed to clone. Like we said we would. So we kind of fixed it in one place, but not another. So this guy has to go, kind of more like this for this to work correctly, I think. Because in that path we do a proper copy paste. I think. All right, let's try that. There we go. So now this is correctly marked, which is wonderful. And if I like click this and hit refresh, that's great. And then if I copy this URL here and then uncheck this stuff and click this. So this URL should click the, oopsies. This URL should get the blueprint nade or the trigger nade blueprint, and this one should go back to whatever we had selected before. Which it is not doing unless we refresh. So there's something about navigating here. When we need to like notice this state change and actually apply it, which we're not doing right now. Right? So let's just put there's probably some event that gets emitted on that case. But for now, I'll just slap a fix me on here. Because it I think does work if I hit Control Shift R, which is like good enough for now. Navigate it, like copy, pasting URLs with different hash states, does not trigger a check mark state update. Something like that. Okay. Cool. I mean, this is far from complete. Why is there still a few unreachable on console? Yeah. Great question. There's unexpected tokens somewhere. So probably some parser is not correctly doing ignore unknown fields. Did we forget to do this somewhere else? Probably. Is that better? Nope. Maybe something is like not valid JSON or something. But I'll figure that out later. There's definitely more to do here. But at the very least, we have the start of something. The start of something. This is far from good. But we're at the 2-hour mark. So I think I'm going to call it here. And try to fix, well, we'll come back tomorrow and try to implement more. We'll probably do some happy hour fixes to try to fix some of these, like, there's probably some race conditions. We need to, like, repatch Zig to get, like, proper backtracing of errors. We patched Zig to add this, like, hook. Like, this way to, like, hook returns so that we can capture the backtrace in JavaScript land. So I'll probably just, like, apply that patch again. Try to find a little bit more reliable data on what's going wrong here. And then tomorrow we come back and we actually try to build the graph. And this 1-day project turns into a 2-day project, and hopefully this does not mean that the window manager stops happening, because surely we're going to go back to the window manager. Surely, because I want to at this point. And we've never said that and not gone back. So we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream most days, 12:30 to 4 Pacific time. It is 3:30 now. So we're anywhere between 3 hours ago and half an hour ago is when you should expect to see us live. We are working, more realistically, we're working on a window manager for Wayland. But I'm obsessed with Arc, so, you know, a quick little tool. It's kind of fun. All right. You know, so there's a Patreon, YouTube members, Twitch, if you want to support the stream. Any of those places are great. Yeah. Thanks for watching. YouTube, peace out. And Twitch, let's find someone to raid.